Hello, thank you for joining us for this short presentation focusing on accommodation options and advice available to you moving into your second year or beyond. My name is Casey Oren and I'm the Customer Experience Manager for Warwick Accommodation.
And my name is Shira Payne and I'm the Student Lettings Manager for Warwick Accommodation.
Today, we will be covering the following points with you. What is Warwick Accommodation? What accommodation options are available to students? Some advice and where to get it before you sign an accommodation contract. What accommodation is available for students through Warwick Accommodation? And Shira will be introducing Warwick Student Pad, Warwick Accommodation's property advertising platform exclusive for Warwick students. So what is Warwick Accommodation? Well, Warwick Accommodation is the university's dedicated accommodation department. We own and manage around 7,500 rooms for students on campus across 13 halls of residence. We also own and manage a further approximately 140 properties on and local to campus for university staff and students with families. Finally, we also provide access to an off-campus property portal exclusive to Warwick students, which Shira will take us through later in the presentation.
Warwick Accommodation works closely with the Student Union's Advice Centre, who can support you with independent advice on many matters relating to accommodation, including choosing a letting agent or landlord, contracts, deposits, and much more. It's important to do your research and seek appropriate advice before signing an accommodation contract. The first thing to remember is that there is no rush. There are plenty of accommodation options available for students. Before signing a contract, we would advise that if you are booking as a group, that you firstly get to know one another. You will more than likely be living with these people for the whole of the academic year, if not longer. And so it is important that you can live harmoniously together. We would also advise that it is important for you to do some research on the area that you intend to live in. With over 55,000 students in Coventry across the two universities, there is plenty of student-friendly options. In Coventry, our students tend to live in Cannon Park, Canley and Elsdon. A bus ride away is the town of Leamington Spa, set in the heart of Warwickshire. A large number of our students choose to live here, and there is a high street with a wide range of shops, lots of restaurants, cafes and bars. Then, a 2-mile cycle from the university is the small but historic town of Kenilworth, a place where some of our students choose to live or to venture to on their weekends. There are regular bus routes for all of these locations from campus. And finally, it is important to get the right property for you. There is lots to think about here with regards to your own personal needs, budget, likes and dislikes. For example, if you are a large group wanting to live together and are struggling to find a suitable property that you all agree on, perhaps you could find 2 smaller properties that are within close proximity of each other.
So as many of you are aware, most students moving into their second year or beyond make the move from campus to living off campus, where there are an array of options available for you, including student houses and purpose-built student halls, similar to those on campus that are managed by private accommodation professionals. Here at Warwick Accommodation, we offer a range of options for returning students requiring accommodation for the following academic year. For the next academic year, in 2023-24, we are accepting applications to live on campus from eligible students moving into their second year or beyond, and this includes final year students. Usually, returning undergraduate accommodation applications open towards the end of November time of the relevant academic year, However, we will communicate when applications open to students via our website, by email, through the student newsletter, as well as via My Warwick. Campus room bookings for returning undergraduates is a simple online process, and rooms will be offered on a first come, first served basis, as our new booking system simply allows you to select a room type and book now. We encourage those of you looking for accommodation off campus to speak with the SU advice team and to use Warwick Student Pad to search for private accommodation options in the local area. Let's have a look into the campus accommodation that may be available to you as a returning student. Some of you may be eligible for campus accommodation if you're moving from an undergraduate course to a full-time postgraduate course, starting at the beginning of term 1 in the next academic year. You'll be able to apply for on-campus accommodation as a first-year postgraduate through our main application process in spring of 2023. Now, although you wouldn't be guaranteed this accommodation, we do usually manage to house over 1,000 postgraduate students on campus every year, and we refer additional students to our local partner providers. As mentioned, we aim to open applications for this in the spring, and we'll contact you closer to the time with more details and dates. If you have specific accommodation requirements, including those based on disability, medical or mental health grounds, you'll need to follow the relevant process, which can be accessed via the Warwick Accommodation website, in order to be supported by the Wellbeing and Student Support Team. And finally, moving on to returning undergraduate students, I'm pleased to announce that we will be welcoming more returning undergraduate students back to campus than ever before for the next academic year. Previously limited to students entering their final year, returner accommodation is now accessible to all based on an overwhelming percentage of last year's students expressing a desire to return to campus. So if you'd like to live on campus in your second, third or final year of study, the details on what you need to do will be published on our website in due course. As mentioned earlier, you should also keep an eye on your emails, My Warwick and the Central Student Newsletter for more information regarding when our booking system is live for you to secure your preferred campus room.
The university has a property advertising platform that is exclusively for Warwick students called Warwick Student Pad. We advertise properties from local landlords direct to our students. Here, all correspondence for these properties will be between you and the landlord. We will only list properties that we are satisfied meet your requirements in terms of location, quality and safety. We vet the landlord and check their property documentation meets compliance standards. Although your contract will be with your landlord, we are here to help you too, offering support throughout the year at planned surgeries and events. We work closely with the Student Union to deliver you the best service and advice. Warwick Student Pad has linked with the Student Union's Rate Your Landlord website, so that students can rate their house and landlord to better inform future students on their choices. Warwick Accommodation has Warwick Student Pad on its website, but also Warwick Student Pad is accessible for you to use now. Just go to www.warwickstudentpad.co.uk.
Thank you for listening today. We hope that you found this information useful. If you'd like to access more information, please see our website address and contact details on the current slide.